Hey, good morning, everybody. We're having some streaming difficulties this morning. I went ahead and took my first trade on Tesla. Um, Let me go over the news briefly. So I just did 100 shares and got a quick bump here. But I'd be careful with this stock today for sure. And we may want to keep trading. I am long biased, but as with Tesla, it's always a concern. So, what the big news on it was that Musk made a huge buy into Tesla on Friday. So that's giving confidence to the stock. So it already went up, though, quite a big range here. So as you can see, so it could be that it's at its peak was 430, and we're in this area now. I got a quick dip this morning, which I wouldn't have advised you guys to do because it was down for a second and then it came back up. But I don't know. So I'm not ready to call it yet. I'm hoping it settles down to a grind with a long bias, sort of is how I would play it. But right now, I wouldn't recommend doing anything till we see what it's gonna do. But that's up to you guys. Obviously, you do your own due diligence. Generally trying to catch up here. So this is the professor with Day Trading for Success. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Remember to seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to emulate anything I do here. And what we're just looking for is a grinding type of stock in a range. So we're going to be looking for starting with large caps and maybe branching out a bit to try to find something, but I'm not going to spend, I'm only spend a half hour to an hour every morning, so we don't want to keep jumping around. So right now we have NVIDIA is bearish to neutral because that has that news on China that's a problem, antitrust probe from China. Tesla is strong, bullish. Palantir is neutral. Apple is neutral, although they had news that on the i17, the sales are going to be stronger. The phone, the new iPhone 17. So that could be, it's already gone up some. AMD is slightly bullish. CoreWeave is neutral. Hood is neutral. SMCI is neutral to bullish. HIMS, which really isn't good price action for us, is neutral. Marvel slightly bullish. RKLB neutral. Oracle bullish. I noticed Oracle today, but the volume was really low again on Oracle. So, look at that. See, that's the danger of jumping in this. The Tesla's just unpredictable. So when I first took the trade, I got slightly concerned because I got it right near the open and it went down first and then came across. And, I'm pre-market. What am I doing here? Okay, I was looking for yeah. So when I first jumped in this trade, I think I got it I jumped in it like here, and then it went down, and then went up, and then I just got out because I didn't want to play its reindeer games. And I did pretty good. So that's a lot of, every one of those lines is 50 cents. So that's a lot of up and down there, that it did. So I think my position was at 422 something, and I got out at like 424, 425, somewhere in there. Anyway, so if you look at NVIDIA from the open, it's pretty flat. If you look at Apple, it's flat. Google, I didn't even talk about. That's up $5. Interesting. Palantir is down. AMD is down a little from the open, but up from the close. Hood is flat. Wow, just basically flat across the board here. Of course, everybody's getting ready for the big announcements. We think we're going to get a quarter point cut. Some people are saying maybe a half. That would be amazing. The market would just be on fire if we got a half point. So we'll see. Let's make sure everything. Want to make sure everything's working for you guys. Seems like it. So I've turned off the clock and date system. I have a new computer being built right now. I don't know why the internal clock on my current. I have a lot of hard drives around here in the studio, but the one I use all the time, it's got a problem, and I'm not switching it out yet. So, but I'm having one built. I'm going to see if I can get you guys a link for discounts if you're interested in what I get. I just emailed them this morning. And if we do an affiliate link, then I'll really push them hard because it's who I believe in, but I'm hoping that they want to make a deal with me, so it's reciprocal. So I'm waiting to hear from them. They're probably watching this video or will watch it. And then we can talk about why I've used this system for so long, the people that built it for me, and how, when you're getting a new computer now, it's all about like, is it going to be 10 times better 6 months from now? So why spend the money, right? So you're always, but then of course with that kind of attitude, you'd never get a new computer, right? So I was pushing the outside of the envelope of the top of what I would need for just about everything, including streaming. And now with people wanting me to guest trade on their YouTube stations, which I'm not opposed to. I've got to have really good equipment because I'm also doing Zoom at the same time. And, so quarterbacking, my new official name is going to be the day trader quarterback, which people seem to like. I still will remain the professor, but the day trading quarterback will be my other, when people are going to come on to trade with me. That's why they would do it, right? That's why they would do it. So particularly with large share size. So I do have a certain set of skills that I can call. I'm not always right, and that's why you guys have to be responsible for your own trades. But I'm about 90% right. I don't know, on this low share size, I've been running 80 to 90% right. So I find it to be almost more difficult with the low share size. Isn't that weird? I don't know. I just find it to be more difficult. And maybe it's because I'm worried about the people that are beginners. I think that's part of it too. So I was looking at the other stocks and reading them aloud because although, I do want consolidation, I'd love to pick one that has a bias. And the only one I see right now is Google. And God, I'll bet that is just so slow. What's our volume? No, that's pretty good volume. That's pretty decent volume, actually. So this would have a long bias. I don't particularly have news on Google. Oh, so it's something about the AI summaries stealing traffic. I thought that I watched some of the Emmys last night. I thought that guy Nick, I can't say his last name. I thought he was really good. He did this thing where he said, to keep the people down. For those of you that didn't watch it, to keep the people's speeches and to not get political and take everybody's hijack us to listen to their causes. He did this. He started this thing saying, I'm donating the Boys and Girls Club $100,000, and got an applause and everything. And then said, now each presenter has 45 seconds to thank whomever. Every second you go over that, $1,000 will be deducted from that 100,000. Every second you're under that, $1,000 will be added to it. So that was the most clever idea. Because the audience started like boo if the people were going over. I thought, wow, that is so smart. I bet they do that kind of thing all the time. And of course they did go over because people, it's their one chance to talk about themselves. I get it, and talk about and to thank everybody. But come on, guys, that's the Boys and Girls Club. Give them the money. So anyway, that was so clever. And I bet that starts to get picked up. It turns out that he ended up dropping $250,000. He put 250 because they took away all the money. It was like negative 23 grand. And then the Emmys, put in another 100,000. So the Boys and Girls Club got $350,000. So now, if you tune in to watch, it's almost like you are helping a charity, which is great. So we're coming in. We're in the 13 minutes in, and Google dropped off. I was just looking to see if we could create some channels here of some sort. I don't have it set up with. I didn't set anybody up today with. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do down here, guys, because I'm so particularly interested in Tesla, is I'm gonna keep this down here so we can see what's going on. So they're dropping now. So I think a lot of people are taking profit. So kind of what I expect to happen with Tesla today is it to go down and then go way up again. So that is my take on it, and I kind of don't want to miss it for you guys. So let's go back to Google's not forming anything yet. again, it's like you want to almost wait till closer to 10 o'clock to East Coast time, New York Stock Exchange, 10 a.m., a half hour after market open, to to think about this type of a strategy. Let me just see here. Wow, we're way back here. The fib levels are almost stupid to do here at this point, right? Because it's just, wow, I was about as close as I'm going to get. So because it's pulled so far out of whack here. But if it comes back down and then goes up, these levels might actually come in handy. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the fib just to see where we're at, and then I'll go to a 2-day fib. This is the longer term fib. I'm trying to scaling up to our high here. It's rolling up to it, scrolling up to it. Okay, so there it is, and that's at 36, 40, 36. It's so tiny here that I'm not going to be able to get it. So it's 40, 36, and 330, 46, and 325, 34. Oh, 0.34. And this is 36. All right, let's get a look at that on a 2-day. See what we can do here. 347.60. And this is the same 36. Probably these are not going to come into play. It has to come way down here. Let me get, that was a pre-market level there that I was looking at to trade pre-market. For those of you that don't know, this is already my second trading session. So I had an earlier session trading with Lightspeed with a bunch of people, and that's always fun. And then we are on to, and I see that TraderView has not been updated. Our last day update, I know that I think I left the stream at $60 down on Friday. It did come back and was in the green over our goal. Not a lot, but this is there's where we were at before that, and then I think this is like 175. Not a lot, so so we're doing okay because we're trying to make at least 150 a day. So I made with Charlie we got over the 150. Hopefully you stopped when we were all over 200 on Friday when I said you should be getting out because we had met our goal. And I just, as always, I overtrade when I'm trying to get more for you guys. So yeah, so I don't know. Let's see for historical data. This is it. We've got some pre-market historical on Tesla here. I'm very intrigued by Tesla this morning just because of that kind of a catalyst. If we can get a biased here and then a grinding, that would be like beautiful for the way we, I like to trade. So, but, I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'm checking out the scanners again to see NVIDIA is flat from the open, down from the close. Google's going back down. Apple is up from the close, down from the open. Yeah, it's just like, no news here. Everybody's kind of playing it cool because of the upcoming announcements this week. So we're going to have to find something here that's grinding. Let's take a look at Hood. So we're just looking for, we're not looking for a catalyst. We'd be looking for just to create a bias, but we're looking for a grinding stock that is going to give us opportunities to trade in and out of a range, and that's it. So let me just see here. So that would still hold true. This 2-day would not, though. So let's mark up hood just in case, because we've had some remember, you always go left to right. It can be low to high or high to low, but it's always left to right when you're doing your fibs. I need 1 penny up. There we go. Close enough. And this is 49. Remember, these are guidelines only, so you don't want to get like, I have to turn around or go in right at that level, because you don't know ever. That certainly helped the consolidate. You can see how that fib really called out some of these levels. Historical data now, I'll go ahead and mark this on the 2-day where it's nice and zoomed in. So I'm going to get across here and smooth to catching more of that. And it looks like it did already stop and turn around right at that previous level. I like the blue lines better. We'll go back to blue. Did I save that as the default? I can't remember if I just pushed save default. No, save default. Okay. I don't really like marking the pre-market here. Let me see. Although this did stop dead right there. That might be come into play. But we'll have to look at the intraday price level and action to see if there's anything really. I'm taking my sweet time because the more time that goes by, the better chance we have of the price action being respected, that we're looking for. So this level right here could be something if it dips that low to turn it around. It's right above that fib. So I'm not really ready to jump onto hood instantly here. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Because it doesn't really have a bias. It's kind of going up now. Yeah, it's up from the open, up from the close. Just pennies up. Just very, very. This news that came out at 9:48, is 3 minutes ago, could possibly drive this up and create a bias for us. Let's get this up to 100 shares and think about maybe taking a trade on a dip here. Let's just take a look here. So we're way down here. So we're $1 off of the best dip for sure. But we've got that fib level there, and we got that news. So this, you have a $0.50 mark right there. So am I off of pre-market? Yes, okay. So this action's coming above the current price action, but below the magnet, which usually means it's going to pull down. So this is volume. This is price at a certain volume at a certain price that just happened and just got registered. So people see that, and then they react to it. Yeah, there it goes. It goes down. So it's pulling the magnet down. So looking for a dip at near the 50 cents could be the way to go here. That's 51. I'm just seeing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go in there. So I know it's a chance, as all trades are. So here's where we were recently low at 30 cents. We're even money there for a second. I'm at 41. So just try to get a small trade here. If we can get, over $10, 10-cent move here. It's got 18 cents on the long, 20 cents on the short on our target. So we're just going to try to build a small trade here. I'm already pretty green for the day. I made the goal actually for the day on Tesla already. And I had trouble with the stream to get it to you, to see you guys see me take that trade. Although I wouldn't have advised it anyway. It was a very risky trade. Okay, let's see some recovery here. I blew through the fib real quick right after right as I got it. The way it's moving, I'm not going to get real greedy here if I get a chance to get out. I'm not liking the way it's moving. Very slow. Of course, volume's down to 87 here. But we're looking for this to find a grinding space if this is a stock we may stay in trade with here. Tesla's starting to go back up. Oh dear. You're trying to hurt me here. So I would, if it goes down to 115 and starts to turn around, I might add at that location. It's interesting that it's going down based on that news. I've got it at 41, so I'm 40 cents off. Now I'm 50 cents off. Yeah, it's going back up now. I need more definitive proof than that to go into half my share size. I'm at a quarter of my share size, trying to see if to scale in, if it makes sense to scale in here or not. So far, not. So there's some historical data I just marked that's probably going to be respected, but probably. You might be a winner. Let's take away all my Tesla winnings here. And I don't really think I forced this trade. I mean, I didn't watch it for a long time, but yeah, so our bottom is right there at that historical data level. So we don't want it to break that. I don't want to see it break this. I'd start to get worried there to just get out and take a bad trade loss there. Seems like it wants to do it. I don't know how much further beyond that I would go. Come on, Hood. Typically, I don't have a lot of luck with Hood. Now, Hood seems to gravitate around 110, but since its whole news, it had been moving up. So NVIDIA's going up. I want to see the overall market going up. Oh, come on, guys. Look, come on. What are you doing here? Hopefully you guys didn't follow me down this rabbit hole. Let's see what's happening here. Here we go. I want to see it break the 115 before I think about adding anything. Maybe the next candle green up here, then I'd feel good about going back up with this, because it did seem to respect this level right now, but let's see if it holds it. That's at around the 114.50, 57 it has here. Still not really, didn't really stop it yet, so. There it goes. Got 10 seconds till this candle closes. If it breaks the 115, guys, I'm going to go into half my position.
Company announcing patent earlier this morning. That's NAOV.
There's a lot of price action showing it going up now, so let's keep a good thought. Kind of split it on that last candle, but it's riding right at the top right now. People are starting to read that news. That was a bad fade on the level 2. I didn't like the look of that. Come on, guys. Let's get up there. Here we go. There we go. 115 I'm looking for to get into half my position. And it faded. Two seconds till this is second green candle close on the 1 minute. 5 minute is not. It has to break this level to get to the break on the 5 minute. It has to break right up here, right at the 115, really. That's what I needed to do. Then the 5 minute will turn green as well. So if this can get up there in the next 45 seconds, I think we're going to have a nice recovery going up. So we're just staying on target here. And hoping price action goes our way. But conservative, you know, low share size. Keep your losses tight if you can. Max loss, whatever it might be. Unfortunately, it's making a little bear flag here on the 1 minute, which I don't like the look of. It went all the way back down. We don't want to see that. There's the very bottom that it was today, 114.48. Yeah, so it's been above that since yesterday's open session. So it would be weird for it to really drop off with no real reason, rhyme or reason why. Here we go again. Lots of little trades here I can't take because I'm out of position. It is starting to grind right below my position. So I'm 66 off on a down. My target was 12 up. Again, looking for this to break the 115 to go into half my share size. It's getting close. Love it to break that before this closes in 3 seconds, which it's not going to do. And now the 5 minute is red. Now the new 5 minute is turning green if you look over here because we got a new. So in some ways that's good news because it starts us fresh. If this can shoot up now, people might jump on. There it goes. It's very close to where I want to get in to get to half my share size. I'm going to jump in a little bit ahead of it in anticipation from the look of it and hope for the best here. So I'm at 16 cents. So it's very, very close to my position. 20 cents, 18 cents out of my position right here. I'm up to 200 shares and hoping that it doesn't drop off on me here. I'll hold into the same thing, just a higher share size. I got in, it actually resisted up, but look at the price action coming in above. So where's our magnet? Magnet's up there, or is it down there? There it goes. So that's going to push us up. Let's go. Break the 115 now. There it goes. Very close to my position now. Let's see if we can get it up to like 115.50 up in here would be nice. Just stay on target. We broke the 9. We're hitting the 14 and the 50. Here's a 20 moving average. There's the VWAP up there. So there's a lot of things calling it upward here, but we keep stalling. It's a slow move. Oh my goodness, stop playing games. That is the risk oscillator telling it to go back up. Market magnet says go up. The professor says go up. There you go. There's the MACD. So that's definitely a good sign that we saw that to point that way. So finally, the target's up more than down. Sellers were there, but the volume was lower and they didn't get to the top. Now it's hurting me. He's playing games down here again. This would have been a great place to take a grinding trade. I just was out of position here. Kind of got, yeah, sort of right in there is the sweet spot, it looks like, between the 91 and the 57 range there, but I'm just out of that spot. I'm into half of my share size. I don't know if I would go to full share size unless I see a very definitive move the other way. So right back up to the magnet again. It broke over the, oh, that's the 91. I'm thinking that was the half dollar. I made the new mark. Boy, is it really respecting that level, huh? Okay, guys, we've waited long enough. I need to take other trades, so let's get us green and get out of this trade. It is time now. You made your point. Trading is risky. You've made a point, Mr. Puppet Master. Now, give us profit, and we'll come back and play your game. So if you're new here, well, there'll be a link to this whole layout if you want to get it. with all of its custom indicators. And I know people keep asking for that. I thought it was linked on all the videos, but I'll make sure that it is. Okay, it's really time for a breakout, guys. We're about to change on the new 5-minute. So see, this is the line where the new 5-minute changes. So about 40 seconds, this goes nice and green. It'll be nice and green over here. And then a bunch of people are going to say, hey, the trade on just the 5-minute, go, hey, it's a recovery. Let's go green. And that's not what you're doing right now. It's got to stay above this level right here, 86. It has 22 seconds, 20 seconds to get back up there. Oh my God, it's going to torture me here as the times ticks by. I still believe in this trade. I believe it will go green. There it goes. So the 5-minute closed green, nice and green, and now it's turning red because it just crossed over. So you can see the next one's red for now, but I think that's about to change. But I am getting bored. Trading is boring. Look at how it's just, this is what we wanted. I just got in at just the wrong spot to play these levels. This is 40 cents back and forth here that we could have been trading. Little moves, you know. Maybe some of you were able to catch this because this is beautiful for this type of scalping. It's like if it gets down here again, I may go full share size just so I can continue to play those levels. That would get me down to, that would get me in the middle of these levels so I could get out green. As long as it didn't flush, then I'd get hurt pretty bad. So I'd want a real dip with a sign of a bit of a reversal to go into the full share size, 400 shares. Yeah, with this account size, you should be able to go almost 800 shares of hood, I would think, if you have your 25K to meet the PDT. Oh boy, here we go.
ONFO on folio holdings spiking here on
Tesla's turning around. We got all the way down to like, wow, 414. I'm glad I took my profit right up there real quick. Yeah, when Musk drops that kind of money in, you're thinking, well, what does he know? You know, what does he know? He's going to make sure his investment makes money. So it makes sense that stock went up. The question is how much per value, right? Okay, here we go. Now I've got to make a decision up here soon. If this gets down, so it hit the 57. Here's the 48. So you guys, I got a high max loss. So you guys got to stick to your own max loss. Remember, I have high max loss. I have faith this will turn around still. See how it just keeps spiking down here and hitting hard. So it's part of trading where you just gotta, it could go lower. You just gotta, be willing to take that chance and have the pockets to do it and just stick to your max loss. So, whoa, see, like that could happen. Now that is interesting. Whoa, I almost picked it up there. I almost did it. It's just, I want a reversal sign. Yeah, see, wow, that would have been a beautiful profit had I gotten full size there. It was just thinking about it like to it, but then I thought, what if it does that one more time? I'll get a better position at it. Darn, huh? Maybe some of you caught that because you'd be profiting now. Wow. That was annoying. So once again, it respected those levels. It broke it a little bit, but really it was an opportunity trade that I missed. Annoying. So you look for stuff like this, and then you catch it the right way, rather than I'm like up here. So I'm actually up here, up into this level. So I'm out of the range to catch all these trades. But I would be in the range had I gotten my full share size down there. I'd be profiting. Put me at 40 cents down, 14.40. So yeah, I would have been at like 114.70, like right in here. There's would have been my profit level had I grabbed that right there at 400 shares. So that would have been like 18. It would have been like $40 just to right to there, green. So I am definitely thinking about it if it does it again. It's a big chance, if it keeps going down, then it's going down with 400 shares. So, but that is my full share size. That most scalper would say that's just where you should have entered at 400 shares. Or enter your only, not trade it like a swing trade, not treat it like a swing trade, which is what I do. Oh my God, I got stuck in a real slow cooker here. This seems like there's some good opportunities on Tesla as it starts to come back up, which I had said it would probably do. Dip down and probably break the 430 and just go straight up now that people are starting to get their footing under them down here. Part of me just wants to take a loss and go over there and make it real fast because I'd make it fast over there. I'm eating up time. Time's our worst enemy on these things. That was all the way down at 1440. If it does a dip, I have to get in market to get in, probably. See, volume went up. See how that told you that it's going up as it's going up, which is a good, really good sign to have a good trade here. So it's just taking its sweet time about it. Oh dear. Let me take another beat on what's happening. Nvidia's down from the open. Google is now, it's still up. But Apple's down. Palantir is even. And AMD's down a little bit. Hood is down a little bit, as you can see. And these are just the ones that are hitting the scanner I'm looking at that would be of interest. I'd end up being basically in the same place, except now I'd be on Tesla. But out of all those, Hood would probably be the best one other than Tesla. Excuse me. Hope everybody had a good weekend.
ONFO hitting $1.95, up about 70% on that dividend announcement. November Foxtrot Oscar.
I had very, very good news with other business dealings over the weekend, so I'm happy.
ISPC hitting a high of $2. India Sandy Papa Charlie. High specimen.
I'm going to do it. All right, I did it. I went in to really hurt myself if it doesn't recover. Got it down at 82. It's a little worse than I was hoping, but I want to get out for anything green and get over to Tesla is what I want to do. I want a recovery. So I'm up to full share size, 400 shares. The fact that it didn't spike right back up like the last time is a little scary. MACD's sending it down. No. Don't do that. Recover now. Let's get the recover like you've been doing every other time. Don't pick this time to not recover. Wow. It does really just want to stay down there and hurt me. Come on, here we go. Get up there. Come on. Close. It's getting close. It's not that far off. It's just 400 shares makes it look like a lot more money. Even money on the split. If I go out market, it could definitely give me some slippage.
Our CEO getting some volume now. Avita Medical, Romeo Charlie Echo Lima.
Not good, but it stopped at the 14. See, the sellers are going down here, though, except till right there. That hit it all the way up within 12 cents of my position before it did this. Come on. Waited so long that I hesitate to take a lesser loss. I was thinking about, I'll just take a lesser loss up here. You know, 50, 60 bucks, easy to recover, but now it's $154 down. It's now more than my winning trade on Tesla, and it's made a new low. So not good. How far do I go down with this? I don't know. Not good. Not a good move. Oh, boy, come on. All right, guys, hopefully you got out at your max loss and you're not going down this rabbit hole with me. Yeah, it's just fading off today, huh? Is the whole market fading off? Pulse doesn't say so. Still easily recoverable, but it's getting to the point where it might not be in a few minutes if I keep deciding to ride this down, trying to reassess as to where the bottom of this could be. Let me take a look here. $113.91 right there. It's really hasn't been. Yeah, I mean, we're really at its bottom. You know, recently, its recent bottom. So, yeah, it's continuing to go down as I'm looking elsewhere. This is really its bottom, like the 1350, but now with 400 shares, that's 75. That's like another couple $100 down. So that's letting it ride that far could be a bit risky. So if you take the Tesla winnings, I'm about $100 down right now. Easily recoverable, but this is a reversal sign down here. Dragonfly at the bottom. Got the even dollar here. Is it going to break that even? Oh, man. I'm really thinking that I want to just take my loss here, guys. I'm not liking the look of this. I really need to see some recovery here. There's the 14. So as it broke the 14. And then some. Can it recover off that even, or is it just going to blow? Let's see, it hit the 14 and kind of recovered there. That's why I held a second longer. We're so far out of position, though, it's going to take a while to get it back up. So stuck here for a while, even if it does turn around. As Tesla continues to climb over there. 2 trades with Tesla, and I have all that money back. So. Yeah, I just picked the wrong one right as it faded, you know. I picked it right as it faded. You know. I have down here that my entry on Hood should have been 200 shares, maximum 800. But I entered lower than that.
$11.16, up about 6%. SKYT.
Bad trade. Come on. World's watching. They sure they want me to be a guest quarterback on other stations? Can't sweat the small stuff. It depends on whether, if this is a lot, your share size might only be $30 down, I hope,
That was reported earlier. Shares hitting on California Resources 5606. The high's up about 5.5%. That's Charlie Romeo Charlie.
All right, we're showing some signs of recovery. Maybe the bottom was the 114. Let's keep this going a while, guys. Let's keep this recovery. Let's do a turnaround here. Yeah, the whole market's starting to go down now, unfortunately. Should be an interesting week. I think it's going to be a good week for us to trade. It's not a good start here, but we'll make this green. We'll get this green. One way or another, I'll get it green for Charlie. You just got to fight. You got to fight out of it. Unless you hit your max loss, then you should just stop and come back, lick your wounds, and come back and trade another day. Everybody has their own, way, right? So I have the opportunity to usually recover. Sometimes it takes, an hour or hour and a half rather than just a few minutes. But usually I'll find a way with the right stock to get out of the hole. Really about 150 down when I hit 300 here because of what Tesla did for me earlier, which is right. Let's take a look at that real quick. Yeah, Tesla's 154, so I'm just looking at how bad the hole is. It just, for the small share size, it's 1,000 shares. You could do it really quick, Don't stay red on the 5 minutes. See, we should be up in here. I don't know why it's way down here. This is just, it is not listening to me clearly. That is not a good sign there. On the 1 minute there, that rickshaw man there as we hit that little top of that trend, if you want to call that a trend. I am not bailing from this. I'm going to stick with it. Sure, there will come a point where I feel like it might be hard to recover. We do not want to see a new low. We did not want to see a new low. And an increase in volume as it went down. That is not what we wanted to see. Everything is not right. The world is upside down. Yeah, I think I'll call my max loss here at 400 on this stock. So that would be down a little. It would have to be down at 113.82 would be my max loss there at 400 shares from 113.82, roughly that area. It almost hit it there. So I'm just so you guys have the benefit of knowing. I think I'll call it there. So I have enough. I have not much to recover from, Tesla's grinding over here, which is great. Yep, just not, indicators are not calling this well. It did not grind in the area we were hoping. And now we've got to break these to have a real move up. That's the 9. This is the 14. That's the 20. We really want to see those break. And you'll see the MACD help us go up. Consolidating down again in another channel outside of, here was the other consolidation. Now it dropped, and now we've got a consolidation here, but it's outside of the range that I could take a profit in it. But you could take small trades here. It just, I'm out of range for that, unfortunately. That's a nice little, that's a tighter range, 17 cent. Still 100 shares, $17. Up and down, up and down, up and down, right? So getting close to where I just want to call it. Just getting tired of this. Oh no, there it goes. Just wants to toy at the level that I would get out. Don't we all know how that feels? Yeah, it just didn't go well, guys. Sorry for this trade. Just didn't go well. 82 cents I would get out on the market maker. It's at 113.82. It's very close to getting me out, shaking me out of this position. There it goes. Wow. And when it went out, it went bad. So that was a bad trade. That's too bad. I think I'm going to go right over to Tesla to try to recover. Let's see. Let's see what this really looks like. What is it really saying to do here? That's a shame. All right. It's fade. It seems like it's short biased here right now. Not, I was hoping that it would be going up here and we'd be able to take the dips. So I'm a little worried. Whoop, let's get this down here to a reasonable rate here. Go 50 cents. Let's see if that historical data holds it. That's for 1608. What did I just base that on? Well, that's just from these last preview. That's just from right here. Oh, I think I just did those right there. That's what I did. So that's nothing. Can't count on that unless it continues to respect it there. So I need to get this just to break even up to like 430. Yeah, I think I'll go up to 100 shares here. I'll go into half my share size. And wait to call this. Not feeling good about it today. Confidence got a little shot on that last hood. Seemed to have a lot of bad luck with hood, tell you. Obviously, by adding to the share size, you know, it got worse faster, which is the danger of that. It had been recovering every time. I would have picked it up that one time, I would have been out green. So then I did it the next time, and instead of going back up, it went down. You never know, right? You just try to get that edge, and that trade could have been just as easily nice and green, and it just went against me. One little delay in reacting, and that's why it went from green to $400 red, you know. Does seem like it wants to go down today, I'll tell you that. Now, after that climb, this action's definitely looking short bias. It needs a real recovery to break this, needs to break this up here, make a higher high, which is way up here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So we need to get it to be like 422 again to give confidence that it's got a more long bias. You can see the trend is down, and it's strong, a strong trend down. So right now, short off that level seems to be the way to go. 417.44. If it gets up that high, a whole nother dollar. But to take a pause just to make sure it's not going to break it. Yeah, that was a lot of stopping. You know, hit a ceiling there quite a few times.
Treasury Secretary Besant says threat of TikTok shutdown brought Chinese negotiators to framework deal on divestiture. It says delegation initially demanded compensation for TikTok.
There it goes.
For controlled sessions. Next U.S.-China talks could result in another 90-day rollover of
I'll give it a shot. No, I'm going to get out. It picked me up before. I wanted to get out of that trade. I watched it and I said, let me out. Wouldn't let me get out fast enough, unfortunately.
TikTok commercial terms will preserve a U.S. national security interest and app's Chinese characteristics. Potential meetings between Trump and Xi would have been off the table.
That worked. Barely.
Failed to produce an agreement.
Got $100 on that debacle. So it did reject off up there. Just scared me for a minute. So let's see if it's gonna. Yeah, market proved I had to really do market to do what I wanted to do there. So. Give me another chance up there. There at 30. That hit a whole dollar, 418. A whole dollar higher than what I thought it was going to do. Before it went my way, you know, so that's the danger with Tesla. It can hurt you fast. This is about where I picked it up before in the 417.50-ish, 50-cent range. Went short. At least it's moving, right? That we have a chance to do something. Hood was just slowly dripping blood. Looking at this, it's swirling about 15 cents up and down. I need more than that. There's 30 cents, you know, to try to grab this because it does seem like it wants to punch through here. So I'm just kind of hesitant to go short right at this level. Would have already made the money though. There it goes. Going down or going long down here. I would, you know, not want to go long up here this high up. Off of its current channeling, you know. Be better to go short up here at 422, but that's a long way up. A lot of trades before we get there. Break me over 18. Break me over 418, and you'll see me think about shorting up there. Over 418. Come on. It keeps threatening. 50-cent drop there. That would have been a quick $50. Wow. There's definitely some trades here. Definitely leaving some money on the table on these trades. Just trying to get into the zone, feeling the zone here of this. I'm not quite feeling it. It's pretty jerky. Keep stopping at that 44.50 range, that 417.50, but it's trying to break out. You can see it's like breaking out, making a flat top here. You see price action coming in over here. There's a lot of people trading right at this price. So if we see this magnet pull down, then I'd be more likely to go short on one of those jumps. See, the magnet's about to pull down here, guys, which is going to send it price action downward. Yeah, it's already starting to go down with it. So there it goes. There's the magnet now. So it's kind of like a hammer hitting it down. So let's see, where are we at? 416. So this is an interesting area to buy then now. I'm going to go ahead and try to get in there, 90. So I went for a long, hoping for a retracement here. There we go. That was about a $40 trade at least. So now we're only about 100 and something bucks off position, 150 bucks, roughly 140 bucks off. So we're making a recovery. Yeah, that was a good dip there to try to take a chance because we were getting down to the area to go long, but I'm still riding this short bias, so that means it could break, to the next fib pretty quickly. Stalling down here too, like it wants to fade off this level. Really want to see it break 418 before I go short again. That's over here. This is 418.39. These are even and half dollar gray lines here. That's what those are. It's 417. That's the worst spot to get in right now. Right in the middle of the range it's created here. It's created a really nice consolidating range here. It seems to be staying with it. Get ready for channel jumping if you do get in, that's all. Meaning the range is a channel. Still trending down, which will be the case until it breaks its where it came in at the open, which is all the way back up at 424. Risk oscillator is saying go down. It's 85 up, 87 up, only 38 down. So the retracing is more dangerous than the up right now. Volume's dropped way down. No new news since the 1014 story. Man, it's just grinding right in here between like 416 and 417 area here. Definitely tempted to get in down there again, guys, on the going long off the 416 level, or even below if it gets it a little bit below. But it is hovering on a breakdown, so that's where you could really get hurt. But I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to recover in this range. So I would myself, but again, you do your own trades. I would anywhere here in, below the 416, I would think about going long. And I want 418 to go short. So I'm waiting it out or just below 418. So right in the middle of where I don't want to take a trade right now. I don't want to get stuck like it did with Hood and it just fades the wrong direction. We're almost recovered, which is good. A couple more trades. Of course, Tesla's getting more expensive to trade as it goes up in price. For those of you that have a limit here. I set this account to be the same size as what anybody should be here. So I think 200 is the most we go on Tesla. 2 to 250, I think. Man. Come on, don't you need a little bit more? I mean, I could start trading this. I want to hold out for better calls here. But this is really giving us a lot of opportunities in between the 17.50 and the $16.50 range here, with a lot of possibilities to get in and out. I could have done 10 little trades already. Yep. Getting ready to think about revisiting this area as a trade. Now as it grinds more and more, then it becomes more probable for a possible profit. Here we go. So getting up to the 4. I'm looking for it to hit the 418. Anywhere up near the 418, there's 88. I'm looking at the ask, because I will go ask on this. There it goes. I'm going to go ahead and get in there if I can get it. 92. Of course, it broke it as soon as I did that. But so now we're looking for it to fade off and get out for a fairly decent profit as it fades down. Something like that would be good. That was about $30 if it picks me up. So that's $32 if it picks me up at the 60 cents. Almost. Not quite. Going the wrong way now. That makes you think, oh, I should have gone market. It would have slipped on market, though, for sure. Here comes the swale the other way again, so. There we go. That's going to get me now. Come on. Come on. It was right there. Give me a break. I'm getting ready to cancel that and get ready to get out at market if it keeps playing these reindeer games. The longer it stays up there, the more dangerous it is. There it goes. So 319 of it breaking out, that's what I was worried. Like, is it really going to make a new, which is what I've been worried about, waiting to go short up that high and not go short down here, because I keep thinking it's going to break out. So it's 319 on Tesla. Makes you think if I hadn't taken the hood trade, we'd be doing just wonderful today. But now I'm about $100 down on the day because of hood. So we look at that didn't really change much. It's just really, unless it starts to channel hop up here. Let's look for a dip down here. I still wanted to get down to 416 range. Maybe a little above. That's 416.50. That might be doable, 416.50. Yeah, that's probably because we can capture these little ones, or it could take off. It might not go all the way down. So I'm going to look for the 416.50 as I analyze this 1 minute here. Sellers at the top, but there's not a lot of volume there. Taking its sweet time to get down there, which is good and bad. Nope, it's not going to go down there. Where did it spike low on that? Was that a real price? Yeah, I think it was 63. Sometimes you get these shadow wicks. I just... Yes, I know. You guys, I said to everybody that we were doing the RV at 11:30 today, but I have some other stuff to do. I'd love to get green before I fade off the stream. But I will get green one way or another. One way or t'other on this account. We'll keep it 100% green days. That's what we want to do this month. I don't want to jinx myself, but there usually is, there's always, it seems to be a way to fight back, but you guys got to trade the way you trade, and be careful, because you can just get greater losses until you really get the hang of it.
XOM, ExxonMobil, SEC responds to ExxonMobil's letter on proposed retail voting program.
This is just beautiful that this volume of a stock is grinding like this. So many opportunities here. So you just got to be careful as you call them. Even if you're doing 5 shares, you can build up the money pretty quick here. So getting even a tighter grinding between 417.50 and 417, a 50 cent. Here we go. Can we get back up above 418 here? 80, went up to 80, 84, 80, 90, 97. This time I'm waiting for it to break it. I'm going to try that. Got it at 14. That's pretty good. I feel comfortable in that position. Yeah, we want this to drop a long, long way down now. Let's go down. Let's not keep doing what you're doing. Okay. You proved to us you're the man. Now drop. No, 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 no. You're not making new levels. You're dropping. No new news. Just checking that. Don't do this. What are you doing? Come on now. Drop below 418 again. There you go. You're on your way down. You're not going to see me add to Tesla as this moves in this for this this share size and this what we're doing here. It'd be very rare that I would do that. Already starting at 100 shares, so it's taking too long to go down, which is a bit scary. Don't like the look of that. Come on. Longer you stay up there, the more, that's a better chance you won't dip. Come on, guys. What are you doing here? You're not playing by the rules. This was not in the brochure. Come on. Here we go. Come on. You were just going to show us how fast you can dip. You can just blow people away like, be careful going long because I can dip this fast. Get back at all those people that are disrespecting you, Mr. Puppet Master. They're disrespecting you now. You show them. Drop $1. Boom. You got this. We have faith in you to drop down to below 418. We have faith. That's what you're going to do. Faith is slightly waning. Thinking lesser loss here in a minute if it doesn't make a breakdown. I really needed to be a breakdown here sometime soon. There's $12. I could have just had a $12 loss. Just don't like the way it's pounding up here. Come on. There you go. 10 cents above it. There's a little bit of green, but you know you were threatening to go really good green for me there. There you go. Boom, boom. It's grinding right here at this level. That's not what I want to see. I don't want to see it grinding here. We need to see a big flush. Flush. Oh my God, that's bad that it did that. It's like getting ready for takeoff at a flat top here. That's not good. All right, getting ready to get out of this position. Not liking the look of this, to generating a higher move up. It's better to take a lesser loss. I should have just got out for like $1 down there. Not liking the look of this. $39 down. $54 down. Come on. Grind down below the 50 cents again. Oh, you're staying above the 50. I'm going to take a lesser loss, guys. I just don't. It seems like it's going to go up, so I'm going to get ready to get out very soon here. One more dip maybe for me. I should have got out down there. Looking for a dip here. Any kind of a dip now for me to get out of this move. You can't win them all on these things, you know, so you got to get ready to. You're going to drop below the 50 cents, or is it just going to literally hold it there as a support? That's what it seems to be doing and getting worse, pounding up. I'm going to get out. So that was a bad trade. All right. Tired. I need a break. I need fresh coffee. You better not do it now. Oh my God, you did it. You did it. All right. Your mother's going to hear about this. I'm writing a letter. I'm coming after you, Mr. Tesla, Mr. Musk. Well, look at the bigger picture here now. So it's maybe going to play this 122 range. Let's see if it can dip back down. I'm glad I'm out of that move now. So it never gave me, it just would have been worse and worse for me. Look at that. Ouch. Yeah, so it would have been over $100 down. So I'm glad it got out. Yeah, I could see that it was just winding up to go up, not winding up to go down. So I was like, you need to get out. Of course, I had an opportunity to get out for even money or even a tiny bit green, but you stay in the trade to make money, right? That's what you do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take a break and come back and trade in a little bit here. I've got to do the large share size shortly, and I'm going to gear up for that. And then come back and go green. So I hope you guys are doing okay, and go green out there, and I will talk to you soon.